Welcome back to our discussion of Blackfish. So it says the box office of the film, but it doesn't say the budget. I mean, in the budget, do you include all of the killing of people?
And it was mostly like YouTube clips, so
yeah,
like a lot.
But there's a lot of interviews in there as well.
And
but
I like how the interviews, reading of the criticism, if you want to go into that.
Oh, that was an interesting. Yeah, I read that when you.
I didn't read any of it.
When you gasped at
I
that.
was like, yeah, what the fuck?
And I was just like, oh, that's interesting. Do you remember who Bridget Purple is?
Oh, she was hot.
I don't remember from that.
So they're like, we want to do this,
One of the
showing how great SeaWorld is. They're like, all right. That's a dick move, CNN.
Yeah, it happens. It happens a lot. So it made $2 million.
I wonder how much Netflix pays to put their stuff on.
Probably didn't cost that much.
Not too much.
Documentaries don't cost much.
Yeah.
That's always interesting.
A CNN film.
See, so the thing about this, about SeaWorld that I was thinking...
I guess we should actually say what we were reading. So one person said, we never actually freaking said it. One person said that they did, let's see, former Bridget Purtle said that the final film was a complete 180 from what was originally presented to her.
And
Which
she
shows
was a
how evil
SeaWorld
these
trainer.
people are.
Yeah. It's one of these things that's two different sides with agendas. And SeaWorld's got their agenda of wanting to sell more tickets to their park, so they're not going to release the information of what goes on there. And then the other people who want to either see SeaWorld be shut down or just want to make a lot of money with a documentary.
That might also be an official statement so she doesn't get in trouble.
That could be.
Though, as well.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it could be something so that she doesn't get sued by her
that SeaWorld doesn't try to go,
Possibly.
So was it Tillicum, right? That's the name?
Yeah.
Like, he gets, like, just food shoved down his mouth, and then he gets to go on his belly, and he gets jerked off. Sounds like a pretty good life to me.
Like...
And they're like...
This was ridiculous.
I was like, holy shit.
When I realized what I was looking at,
I didn't know
was
at first. I was like, wait, is that?
Yeah.
Whoa!
Yeah.
They legitimately just showed me trainers masturbating.
And the way he does it, he just like...
Yeah, he's just like so relaxed.
Ready.
Falling asleep or whatever.
That's one way to look at it there. But then sometimes if he messes up on his trick and he doesn't do it just right, and then they don't give him the food, and he's like, "What's up? Why didn't you give me the food?"
Or doesn't hear a whistle.
Doesn't hear the whistle, and then gets mad at them, and then wants
That was
to
surprising
kill
from
them.
the trainer though. Like it might have been a mistake once.
Yeah.
Though.
Yeah.
Yeah, she felt like fucking up too. Like, if you were to do the same thing when you're supposed to give lions treats, you wouldn't be surprised. Like, oh my god, this lion just fucking...
Also, I wouldn't cage and train lions. So that's not like this.
No,
is,
no.
I don't like the entire idea of training animals for shows.
And I very much get the sense that things going wrong has to happen frequently enough. Like, if you look at the list of incidents, they actually did not lie about that.
No.
It is long.
They call it a broken arrow. It happens that often.
Like, and then on top of it, that's just where things went wrong, not necessarily just, where there might have been one. So, and
here's the thing, so how they're it's supposed to make you feel bad and all that, but when you think about how much PR whales get and how much money is contributed because of SeaWorld and places like that, all the little girls who want to grow up to be, be veterinarians and shit, all the money that's given because of this, like, are they worse off or are they actually better off because they steal a few cows when they're younger? Because there's a lot of money that ends up going towards organizations that help whales.
It's one of these...
Well, if we had just one slave in the U.S., that would make us make a lot more money. We can donate to good causes.
No, but if you had one...
I'm just giving you, like...
It's the argument of, is it all right to do this horrible thing so that it doesn't get done more often?
No. Yeah, no, it's a whole thing. If you have 100 creatures, and either 10 of them are going to get fucked over, or you can fuck over this one creature, and 99 of them will be okay, what's better? You fucking over this one, or letting naturally these 10 get fucked up? That's the question.
But you don't know if it's impossible for people to understand how horrible it is without seeing it firsthand with that.
Well, there's a lot of... If you want to look up fucked up things happening to animals and people in the world that don't get coverage, there's a shit ton.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw a dog get shot by cops for no good reason.
Oh, that one? Oh, no, that was a good reason.
Well, yeah, it was a good reason, but it was just an awful occurrence.
It was awful. This
like right in front of him, right?
But the guy leaves the window and this fucking Rottweiler barking. He's like, I'm gonna leave the window all the way down. I'm like, yeah, no shit, your dog's gonna get out, asshole.
It wasn't completely all the way down, but it was like
yeah,
enough.
it
was enough to get for him to get out.
It was sad, but like it was. I blame the owner, but anyway. But yeah, I think it's it's not as bad as people think. That's what I'm saying.
There's this interesting article that it links to in the Wikipedia article for killer whale attacks on humans, and they have incidents of wild orca attacks, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. And they get captive orca attacks, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I can't count that high. Yeah.
Well, yeah, but how often do people get close to orcas? Like,
exactly. You're not gonna get close to them in nature. But I think orcas don't really like being captive.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It seems like they're not too happy with that.
It doesn't.
Yeah. I think it was Pendulette was talking about the only way that you can the two ways you can train animals are either with reward-based systems or punishment-based systems, and generally most of these shows you can't get them doing those tricks without punishment, and so they do that to these animals, and that's why I don't like seeing any type of animal performing shows. That's why the whole Ringling Brothers circus that used to go around with the animals and elephants jumping up and all of that, and they may still do that. I do not know.
Yeah,
but that's been replaced in popularity by people circuses like Cirque du Soleil and all of that.
So weird.
There's definitely a need for. I think you can't. It's true you can't do it. Like there has to be some amount of negative reinforcement, which sucks. Even training my dog, training a dog, you have to say no, in a very strict, they know that they fucked up type of way.
Yeah, but sorry, you're not supposed to build it. I mean, it happens with humans all the time. You yell at kids.
No, you're yelling at them, but that's a different kind of thing than
But you're spanking them, you're putting them in jail. Should we not put people in jail because they're smoking crack? I'm just saying.
Look, I'm saying we can communicate with these animals in the same way that we can communicate with people. Mm-hmm. And so you can train people different ways, and they can understand what they're doing is wrong by putting them in jail and all of that.
Have you ever talked to a cholo? You're not getting much across there.
There should also be more preventative measures as people are kids growing up and toddlers growing up, and more support for parents. In my opinion.
Yeah, but
that would solve so many problems.
No, it would solve problems with birth control. That would solve a shit ton of problems, but anyway.
You mean mandatory for everybody?
Well, I think for felons to get out early if they get vasectomies, and then I feel like if you're on welfare for a certain amount of time, the woman has
to have vasectomies?
A mandatory. No, if you want to have an early release.
Sorry.
Yeah. Or if you're on you get the shot, the birth control shot. That's how I would do it when I take over, but that's not Blackfish.
But that doesn't make any sense.
Yes, it does. You know how many people just shit out kids?
But those. I mean, we're getting off topic.
Yeah.
Never mind. I won't say my point.
See, I used to hang out with ghetto people. That's the difference. How many ghetto gang members have you hanged with?
I wasn't gonna say my point. Let's drop it.
Right.
So, in 2010, when Telecom killed the last trainer, Don, who we saw that footage of.
Which one was that?
So it's one they talk about all the time. Yeah, they talk about all the time, like her getting attacked.
See, I remember the news, and I was like, at first I was like, that's what she gets for fucking up and leaving her hair out. And then I see this, and I was like, oh, that was all bullshit.
Exactly. And
so that part was annoying. But I mean, what are they gonna do?
So well,
thankfully,
SeaWorld was fined by OSHA $75,000 for willfully endangering its employees.
$75,000 is nothing.
Oh yeah, SeaWorld, a $1 billion corporation, was sued $75,000 for willfully endangering its employees.
That's how it is. That's how it is.
That's like when Bill Gates gets a.
And then later on, they downgraded its severity. From the classification of how severe the attack was, from willful to serious, stating that the company had emphasized trainer safety when the safety procedures, even if the safety procedures weren't effective.
Oh, they had spare air systems? That's cool.
I find that this fine should be increased. This fine should happen when an incident occurs that doesn't cause death.
Yeah.
when an incident occurs that's serious enough that someone
Not
freaking dies from it,
Not only that, but
that fine should be multiplied.
like
by
someone died from it, and someone's died from this multiple times.
But I'm
The-
sure
the
they've
multiple
they've
attacks
signed
in
things, and
telecom.
I'm sure when they sign the things, they sign releases. It's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
It's like complaining to people in the army when they get shot over in Afghanistan. They know and they sign all the shit. Like, what do you want to do?
They do. I'm sure they signed the paper. They
Yeah.
signed the papers for that, but they.
I don't know. Yeah. Like I
The
understand what you're
trade-
saying. I understand what you're saying, Tony, but
Yeah, the trader they're supposed to understand that they can die from it, but there's lots of things where you can sign over that you know you can die from it
Mhm.
because they don't want to have liability for anything. So even if you were like a lifeguard in a swimming pool and they can say you know that you could die by drowning in this pool,
I mean I can't.
the craziness. that's
I was about to bring up that guy that was being really calm while he's getting attacked.
Oh
And I was gonna bring up that he might have just been like part of it might have been just been putting on a good show. When you're that like that
that was
that
impressive.
should not be putting on a good show in that kind of a situation should not be your priority.
No.
But
And
that's the whole thing. He was
he
supposed
was-
to stay calm.
he was
That's
doing
the way
the,
that.
he was doing the exact thing that they want him to do, that SeaWorld wants him to do, and that they believe is their either safety or at least putting on a good show, because they don't want to see SeaWorld doesn't want to have the audience watching a show and seeing someone ripped to shreds and screaming for their life, because then they're going to panic and that's going to ruin everything. But if they see someone being calm on there and while he's getting attacked, said, "Oh, you know, he's just got carried away. You know, this is a freak occurrence. This wouldn't normally happen."
But like
Yeah,
when you
but-
see other if you've seen other not attacks but things like this, when they're predators, they do the same thing. They're really calm. They don't scream and because it's supposedly they freak out and they keep on doing it even worse or whatever. So
yeah,
when you see other predators,
That was my other
they pet
thought.
them and they're nice.
That was
and
my
like,
other
hey, buddy,
thought.
Hey buddy.
Was that
But
he might have just been
At that point,
Yeah.
like I
Smart.
almost felt like this little adrenaline rush. I was like, oh fuck. And I kept on thinking, what would I do? What would I do? And then when he'd go under, I'm like,
yeah.
I'm trying to hold my
That was-
breath.
It was craziness, and he
That
was
scene
extremely
was
well trained to be able to live for that situation.
Yeah.
Um,
That was
they
impressive.
shouldn't have to be put into that situation for this stupid aquarium
well.
show.
I guess they partly want to work with whales, and then the other thing is maybe hopefully none of them are just doing it to have a job.
Dude, you know
I'm
how
sure
much
they
pussy these
want to
guys are
work for
getting?
them. And
You
they
know how
wanna
much
do
pussy
it.
these guys are getting?
A lot of whale pussy.
No, pussy. When you tell a chick like, I train whales at SeaWorld, you want to come see my show? Instant. That guy got so much pussy, and then he almost died.
Yeah.
And then there's a story he's gonna tell chicks, but I still love him and I still do my shows. Oh, I'm gushing right now and I don't even have a vagina. So there are pluses to having
There you go.
jobs like this. No, but think about it, all the pluses. Like you get paid well, chicks want you, like what more could you want?
And you get to help contain and torture animals, so that's fun too.
If they were really tortured, they wouldn't do some of the stuff they were doing though. I feel.
I mean, it's like getting.
I'm sure they
it's
get
like getting.
unhappy and stuff.
It's like getting paid to put veal in little cages.
Yeah.
Something totally different from the bill in that. There's a huge difference between.
You know they have.
I mean, we're not gonna eat these whales,
my,
but
my favorite thing about SeaWorld is that they have seafood restaurants there.
they?
That's
That's
yeah.
awesome.
That's my favorite part.
I want some fish and chips.
You can get fish and chips there. You can eat it right by the aquarium tanks.
can you get whale?
Oh my gosh!
I don't know. I mean, I'm sure that they've got some mystery meat there that they don't tell you is
Or,
whale.
or maybe you don't know that what percent of the food you're eating.
Have you guys been there in a while?
I've never.
I was there. I was there about a year ago, maybe a little
Okay.
over a year ago.
I went there like 2 years ago, and they had these things that massage your feet.
Okay.
Like you sit in this fake barrel and it just shakes.
Yeah.
And this woman who had to be like 300 pounds, she puts the quarters in or whatever, and then she just stands on the thing, and it breaks. Everybody's staring at her. I was like, what? What? You're not even supposed to stand on it. You're supposed to sit and put your feet. I was like, oh my god.
So
Anyway.
you're telling it because it's a story about whales destroying things.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
No, it was just a memory of SeaWorld.
Yeah, if you want to go to SeaWorld,
It's $87. That's the only thing.
you can get discounts.
No, I know.
there's-
It's $87. Like,
Fucking a lot.
You get to see some weird animal shows.
Who would do that? Like a not
With the animals not doing things correctly, and that's interesting to see.
but the otters that carry the sodas.
Oh, the freaking otters! No, they were doing some weird stuff,
87?
and there's some rides there. There's some rides, some weird looking.
Oh, they have the whatchamacallit?
The new manta ray one wasn't up yet. The ray.
You can go to like zoos for way cheaper.
Oh yeah.
You can go.
$15.
I recommend. I don't know. I recommend something like the San Diego Wild Animal Park, or over in Florida,
Right.
the Animal Kingdom, where Disney's Animal Kingdom, where they've got the animals
LA Zoo's
running.
$15.
No, but those ones where they've got the animals running around in wide open
Oh.
spaces.
You know what?
I like those a little better than the cramped cages they put the animals
They
in.
have the living zoo in Palm Desert, so it's all like the African animals and then the North American. So it's all like desert, and they just let them roam, and you go.
Yeah, anywhere that they let them roam.
We totally don't live in SoCal, people.
better. Yeah.
And then we went to In-N-Out after.
Yeah. Like.
Could be.
We took the 605 to the 5.
Yeah. So
We got way off topic on that one.
Yeah, we did.
capturing.
I mean, we're an extended though. Whatever. We shouldn't even be growing
Rambler
actually.
or whatever.
Yeah.
No one's watching this anyway, except for you.
Is that like a really sick, I don't know if that's a sick burn or no, like you said nobody's watching this anyway, and then you said except you.
Well,
and I'm all like, what? Is that like a burn on like both?
No.
You're running the show, and then also like.
I'm thanking our
It's so
wonderful
funny.
viewer
Okay.
for watching it, and I'm pretty sure it's the same viewer watching it over and over to get all of those views
Oh my
that
god.
we've got.
Yeah.
But thank you so much for watching this.
Yeah.
No slow cup.
We've got the. Oh, I shouldn't do that.
Yeah. So speaking of captivity, next week we'll talk about Buried,
Yeah.
and
I'm excited to see it
oh,
from the little bit I read about it.
yeah,
It's a book. Oh wait.
no. And thank you.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah.
Go see her.